We're now just days away from the big meeting on the first Saturday in July, and the countdown is certainly on to the 2025 renewal of the Hollywoodbets Durban July. Hello again from me, Rouvaun Smit. Welcome. Good to have you with us, because in just a short while I'll be previewing Tuesday's race meeting at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. And by the time this meeting gets underway, we will of course know who has been invited to be part of the final field who will face the starter at the 2200 meter mark come the first Saturday in July. It's an exciting time of the year. It's by invitation only. There's normally lots of hard luck stories because, let's face it, everybody wants to win Africa's greatest horse race. On Thursday, we will of course get the opportunity to see all those that are running in the Hollywoodbets Durban July do their final sprint ups and their preps in the build-up to the big day, and that's at the public gallops, where you can of course enjoy some coffee and sticky buns. And then next Thursday, there's the big pre-Hollywoodbet Durban July party that everyone looks forward to, and everyone who's in Durban normally make a point of attending at Springfield Park. And then it's of course on to the big day next Saturday. Hope you've got your outfit sorted, that you've got your tickets in hand, and that you're ready and raring to go. All we need to do now is to build a kitty to see how much we can have in the back pockets when we approach the meeting, because it's the one day of the year where we certainly can get involved, and we must get involved to make a few rand. Tuesday, I thought, is one of those cards we possibly could do so, because there are one or two short price favourites that I do think people will use in the beginning as doubles and trebles and anchors in certain of the exotic bets on the day. So let's get straight into the action. The first race on the programme jumps at 12:10. It's a maiden juvenile plate for fillies to be run over 1200 metres. Don't forget, if you are going to be putting on your Hollywoodbet Punter Challenge entries, those need to be on 5 minutes before the advertised starting time of the first. Spend the $50 on the bet slip and keep fingers crossed that it's you that picks all the winners on the programme to win that double life-changing jackpot prize on offer. Many people will probably go 1 in the first race on Tuesday, and that is with the odds-on favourite at 0.83, number 1, Viva La Vida. This horse from the stable of Vaughan Marshall, Gavin Arena on board, and like me, many of you will be hoping that this combination continues where they left off on Saturday. I thought that was a very promising debut when second, beaten 1.25 lengths by a horse called Lofa Lily. That was an eye-catching run over the course and distance, and Lofa Lily, as we know, ran fourth in the iridescence on Saturday past. Viva La Vida would have come on with the benefit of that run under the belt, and with any amount of natural progress expected, I think will be a tough nut to crack. So I'm going 1 Viva La Vida to win it, ahead of number 3, Marquetta. For third, I'm going with number 7, Beach Verse, and fourth with number 4, Ocean Flame. Second race is where the exotic starts, 12:45, opening leg of the bipot. It's a maiden juvenile plate for fillies where 10 runners will line up at the 1200 metre mark, and here we have another very short price favourite in the form of number 4, De Maurier, from the stable of Candace Bass Robinson. Alda de Meyer does duty. This horse has been runner-up in both starts, but the natural improvement was there from first to second start, raced prominently, and was in touch from the get-go when second best last time out. This horse should enjoy the step-up in trip to 1200 metres, and if she kicks away at the right time, I do think she may be hard to peg back in the run to the wire. She, of course, is the half-sister to Captain Arrow, so I'm going 4 De Maurier to beat number 2, Megan's Diamond, 10, My Dear Friend, and 9, Lilac in Winter. Third race. First leg of the place came later. 13:20 is the off time. It's a middle stakes. 8 runners to line up at the 1800 metre mark. 2.86 to 1, each of 2. Number 4, Pinot Grigio, and number 5, Song to the Moon, are both at 2.86 to 1 on hollywoodbets.net. Then number 8, 006, is at 4.55 to 1, but I'm going with the joint second favourite, also at 4.55, and that's number 7, Congressman. This horse has got solid form lines coming into this race. If you look at that last run, moved up well, but just got outwon in the closing stages. That was over 1700 metres. The manner in which he, of course, finished off tells me he will enjoy the step up to 1800 metres. That was a very good comeback run over 1700 metres. Would have come on with the benefit of that run. Should strip a whole lot for the second run off the rest. So I'm looking no further than going with number 7, Congressman, to win it, ahead of number 4, Pinot Grigio, 5, Song to the Moon, and 2, We Have Touchdown. That takes us on to race number 4 on the card, and race 4 is the first leg of the Pick 6. You need to be on at 13.55. It's an open maiden, 12 runners to face the starter at the 1800 metre mark, and here we have a scratching though, number 2, Senor Dante. So 11 runners, the field has been reduced to 11 with the scratching of 2, Senor Dante. There are only 2 other scratchings on the card, and they come up in the last race on the programme. Number 5, Sesame, is the favourite at 1.52 to 1 on Hollywoodbets.net, has been showing improvement in each and every one of those start and finished second behind subsequent winner Beneath the Clouds last time out, and I see the reason why they've priced Sesame up as favourite. But that's not my first choice in the race. Next on our face, number 6, Real Stunner at 3.33. Number 1, Money Extractors at 3.75. You can then get 4.55 to 1 about number 9, Beautiful Side Apprentice, Brevin Plykies for the Eric Sands yard. This horse is 3.5 kilos better off at the weights with number 6, Real Stunner, and that was for a 0.5 length beating. Theoretically, should be able to turn the tables. And then number 10, Moment of Truth at 6.67 to 1 is also a kilo better off at the weights with number 6, Real Stunner. However, I do like Real Stunner. One of 2 horses from the stable of James Crawford, always there or thereabout, and was second behind a subsequent winner, Ario Vistas, last time out. I do think the booking of Richard Fourie was quite a shrewd one, because he maybe extricate that little bit more out of him in the run to the wire, and having his third run after race, he should be cherry ripe to run a cracker. So I'm going 6, Real Stunner, to beat number 9, Beautiful Side, 5, Sesame, and 1, Money Extractor. That takes us on to race 5, first leg of the first jackpot. For 14.30 is the off-time race 5, 11 runners will face the starter at the 1600 metre mark. I'm looking no further than the favourite here, and that's number 11, Better Man, from 1.67 has eased out to 1.74 to 1 in the betting. This horse does have the deepest draw to contend with, but Governor Arena has been on board on more than one occasion, so he does know Better Man pretty well. He has also got that come-on look about him, improving with each and every start, and he has also been gelded since his last start. He was up handy last time out and just outrun late by Rudolph Hurst, who came out next time out and ran pretty close, and then on Saturday passed ran again and finished 4th in the Grade 3 Langerman. So that form line seemed to be holding up pretty nicely. I do think that he will enjoy the step up in trip, and I do think that third run after rest should be just about cherry ripe to win it. 11, Better Man to win race 5, ahead of 2, Set to Music, 5, Smart Horse, and 10, Belzerossi is the selections I'm going with. Race number 6 is one of those very, very open races. You probably could make a case for one of 5 in this race. It's a Class 4 benchmark 80, 15 runners over 1600 metres, 4.55, number 7, Hoodia. 2 arbitrations at 5 to 1. You can get 5.56 to 1, number 1, King's Quest. 8.33 to 1, number 9, Show Off. 8.33 to 1, number 13, Thomas Jenkins. So you can see there's lots to work with, and there's plenty that you can make a case for, but I'm siding with number 1, King's Quest. Grant van Niekerk, I'm sure, will be aching to get back into the number 1 box. Always thereabout if you look at this horse's form. Does renew rivalry with number 2, Arbitration, and is a half a kilo better off at the weights for a 0.2 length beating the last time the 2 of them met, and that was in the run behind Bergified. However, King's Quest will have the run of the race from pole position, and I do think we'll be staying on at the business end of affairs. So I'm going 1, King's Quest to win it, ahead of 2, Arbitration. For third, I'm going with 6, Dive Bomb, and 4th, number 7, Hoodia. On to race number 7 we go, a middle stakes. 9 runners to contest this 1400 metre event. And here I'm going with the favourite, number 2, Please Be True. Currently 1.82 in the betting on Hollywoodbets.net, and in fact they're betting 5 to 1 bar the favourite. Number 2, Please Be True, as far as I'm concerned, always about the action. This also has got consistent form lines coming into this race. Only concern I have is that Please Be True does have the tendency of being slow away. Should have finished a lot closer last time out, was slow and had to switch at the 250-metre mark. Both the jockey, Gavin Lorena, and the trainer, Justin Snaith, are in such devastating form in Cape Town, you can hardly overlook them, and this horse is also having its peak run. So, 2 Please Be True to beat number 1 War Chariot, 8 Green Garnet, and 3 Prometeur are the selections. We move on to the penultimate race on the card. Race 8 is the Genuine Anyone Syndicate, Class 5, benchmark 66, to be run over 1400 metres. And this is also a wide open affair as far as the betting is concerned. Here we have 2 scratchings. Number 7, Fly to Rio, and number 13, Red State. They both take no part. So we have 11 runners who will face the starter. 11 Diamond Bomber is at 3.03 to 1. You can get 4 to 1 about number 4, Bright Gold. 5 to 1, number 6, Angels Aces. 6.25 to 1 and upwards the others. I'm in fact going with one of the 6.25 to 1 selections, and that is number 1, Sweet Conifer, from the stable of James Crawford, with Richard Free on board. Now this horse won a very gutsy race last time out, sat up handy, found extra in the run to the wire, and that was in soft underfoot conditions, which they will no doubt be faced with again, and that was over the course and distance. Yes, he does take on stronger, but I do think that he'll be up to the task at hand, particularly from pole position. He will have the run of the race, so I'm going 1 Sweet Conifer to beat number 11 Diamond Bomber, 6 Angels Aces, and 2 Royal Lithium. That takes us on to the 9th and final event, and if all goes according to plan, 16:55 is the off time of race number 9. Number 2, Circumbendibus, is at 3.33 to 1. Number 8, Trippy Silk, at 3.75 to 1. 1-1 line at 5.6 to 1. So to number 6, Elsinore, and it's 10 to 1 and upwards the others. I'm going with the second favourite here, and that is number 8, Trippy Silk. Now, apart from the solid form lines that this horse brings into this race, if you look at that penultimate run behind Jet Force, Trippy Silk and Circumbendibus met on that occasion, and Trippy Silk happens to be 1.5 kilos better off at the weights for a 0.5 length beating on the penultimate run, and to me that's more than enough to turn the tables. This was also raced up handy last time out and stayed on when it finished 3rd behind Boogified. It does drop back to 1200, and if you look at the distance and course record, for 10 runs, 2 wins, 1 second, 1 third, I'm going 8 Trippy Silk to win the last of the afternoon, ahead of 2 Circumbendibus, 6 Elsinore, and 11 One-Liner. And that takes care of racing and our preview for Tuesday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. Midweek, there's racing at Hollywoodbets Greyville, and then, of course, on Thursday, you can look forward to the public gallops at Hollywoodbets Greyville as well, when those that will be running in the 2025 renewal of the Hollywoodbets Durban July will be put through their final paces ahead of the big meeting. Trust you'll have an enjoyable and profitable day on Tuesday. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun. Cheers for now.